Lindsey Graham hints William Barr could reopen Hillary Clinton investigation. Senator Lindsey Graham, RSC, has suggested that Attorney General William Barr could reopen the investigation into Hillary Clinton's unauthorized private email server. Graham, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, told Fox News that he hopes Barr will appoint a special counsel to investigate potential political bias. "So it seems to me that she was interviewed not under oath. She had a couple of her staff people with her. People in her campaign were given immunity without anything in return. Nobody in the Clinton investigation went to jail for lying about the process because there was no process," Graham said. "I know Bill Barr pretty well, and he's pretty upset about the way all this was handled," he added. "I don't know if he's going to have a special prosecutor to look at the probability of criminal misbehavior," Graham said. "I'm going to look at what happened from an oversight role. But I hope there's a special counsel appointed to look at DOJ corruption and political bias, you know? Because Mueller did his job against Trump. Nobody's really looked at the Clinton campaign, the FISA warrant abuse or the counterintelligence investigation for criminality yet. I think somebody should. I'm not so much worried about retrying her, but I want to make sure that the public understands that she got away with something they wouldn't get away with," he said. "I think it's important to understand that political bias probably drove the Clinton outcome, not the facts. I really don't believe that Comey just took over the investigation from former Attorney General Loretta Lynch based on a tarmac meeting. I just want the American public to know that the standard used against Clinton is an outlier. It's not the way business is done. And why did they choose that path? I think they had a political bias. They wanted Clinton to win, Trump to lose. And here's the point. How could she win if the Department of Justice indicted her? I think that's what drove the decision not to indict. They wanted her to win." Fired FBI Director James Comey was responsible for overseeing his agency's inquiry into the unauthorized email server Clinton used. In July 2016, Comey declared that his agency would not recommend criminal charges against anyone involved with Clinton's private email network, despite finding members of Clinton's team was extremely careless in handling classified emails. But according to the Justice Department's Inspector General last year, Comey deviated from the usual standard of practices of the agency when dealing with the Hillary Clinton classified email probe. Despite the announcements, IG Michael Horowitz insists that Comey was more stupid than malicious. While we did not find that these decisions were the result of political bias on Comey's part, we nevertheless concluded that by departing so clearly and dramatically from FBI and department norms, the decisions negatively impacted the perception of the FBI and the department as fair administrators of justice, the report read. President Donald Trump repeatedly attacked the controversy surrounding Hillary's emails, even with his 2016 campaign to chant "Lock her up" becoming one of the driving forces behind his presidency. According to a report from the Washington Examiner, a DOJ inspector general published last summer determined Comey was insubordinate and affirmatively concealed his plans from Justice Department leadership during the investigation into Clinton's private email server. Although the report criticized FBI actions as unorthodox and at times improper, ultimately it concluded that this did not change the outcome of the Clinton email investigation. WE did not find documentary or testimonial evidence that improper considerations, including political bias, directly affected the specific investigative decisions discussed below, or that the justifications offered for these decisions were pretextual, wrote Inspector General Michael Horowitz. Graham said during a Monday news conference that there would be resumed investigations into the origins of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation and potential bias in the Justice Department and FBI, including a look at FISA warrants. Barr shared a summary of Mueller's report to Congress last weekend that said Mueller's team found no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Mueller also failed to determine whether Trump obstructed justice, and Barr said he and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein decided there was insufficient evidence to show the president committed a crime. While Trump and his allies claim he is exonerated, Democrats who are unsatisfied with the summary are requiring to see the full report immediately by next week. Barr said last week he expects a redacted version of Mueller's report to be released in mid-April, if not sooner. The Attorney General also volunteered to testify publicly after Mueller's report is issued to the public and said he is available to appear before the Senate Judiciary Committee on May 1 and the House Judiciary Committee on May 2.